Hi, I'm Neil from Focus Bikes. Here at J. James e-bike store in Rotherham, just to quickly chat through the Jam Squared platform with you. This model here is our carbon version, so this is our 9.8. The geometry on this is the same as our aluminium model, and the electric bike technology is exactly the same. So this one also has the Steps E8000 motor, and it also uses our own battery, which is housed inside the tube here. So we spec it with a 378 watt-hour battery, but you can double that range by using what we refer to as a tech pack, which is a secondary battery which slots into here. So for shorter trails or for 2 to 3 hours of just thrashing around the woods, you can just use a standard battery. But if you want to go for a full day out or a longer ride, then use a tech pack. So for example, if you were to go to a trail centre, use a tech pack, and it will use that battery first. So you do your ride in the morning, use a tech battery, take that off, have your lunch, and then for your second ride, use the battery that's in the main frame. So it's a super versatile product, so there's no kind of compromise between do I want a heavy bike or a light bike. You can have both. We do it mainly for ride quality, so we find that with a smaller battery, it's a much lighter bike and it handles more like a standard mountain bike. So the top of the range version of this weighs in at 17.5 kilos, so that's super light for a bike of this style. The Jam platform is 140mm rear travel paired with 150mm fork, so for us that's kind of trail sweet spot. So again, good for most style of riding in the UK, so steep technical trails, classic trail centre stuff, more kind of open and peak district kind of things, and anything in between really. This is the perfect bike for that. We spec this particular model with a RockShox Revelation fork and a RockShox rear shock, and it uses our own fold suspension platform. The fold platform is specific to us, and it's essentially a single pivot rear end with a linkage activated shock. What that enables us to do is to tune how the suspension feels. So for the first 30% of the travel, it's regressive. What that basically means is it gives you plenty of grip and it sits really nice in each travel, so you feel in full control. And then as you work through the travel, that ramps up. And again, that basically means it doesn't blow through its travel too quickly, and it gives you just the right amount of support, but also the right amount of grip for any situation really. You can get a similar feeling by using shock tubes, but we use a suspension linkage so that it's a much simpler shock. So again, there's less to go wrong essentially. Also, all the bearings and locations are forward in the frame and behind the seat tube, so there's a bit of inbuilt mudguard there that kind of increases the bearing life, which for UK riders is quite an important thing. And the other thing with the Shimano Steps motor, because it faces forward, we can use the same pivot locations on this as we do on a standard bike, and again that just means it handles more like a standard bike. So if you've noticed any of the focus marketing, we refer to it as Project Y. And for us, we basically want to make e-bikes feel as close to a standard bike as possible. So we do that in various ways. One of them is saving weight, and the second is by having all the contact points exactly the same. So by using the Shimano motor, the chainstays are a similar length, the bike position is very similar. The only difference in geometry between this and our standard bike is that this is 5mm taller, because we found that the way you ride it off-road is slightly different, so you're getting more pedal strike. And also the Q factor, which is the distance between the pedals, is exactly the same on this as it is on our standard bike. So essentially you can jump on a standard bike, straight into this, and it feels just like your bike. Also with the step system, the controls are really intuitive, so it uses an XT shifter to go through the modes. So again, it feels just like a standard bicycle. The other question we often get asked as well is what is the difference between a carbon and the aluminium frame set? The biggest difference is firstly weight. There's about 400 grams difference in the main frame weight, but also it's a much stiffer front end. So again, that really helps with bike handling and the general feel of the bike. We do have some really neat integrated moulded vents on here for keeping the battery cool, as well as an integrated bash guard and down tube. For this and the complete focus range, pop down to J. James e-bike store in Rotherham, Chesterfield or Sheffield, and you'll be able to see all the product there and speak to the guys in store, or alternatively follow the link in the YouTube link below.